Bitter realization has crashed down upon them. The family they chose over you has revealed its true nature. Toxic, manipulative, built on foundations of deception. The sacrifice they made, discarding your authentic connection, stands as their greatest regret. This person regrets sacrificing you for a family. They saw the sick truth and want a second chance. Now they crawl back, humbled and desperate, hoping you'll open a door they themselves slammed shut. The protectors, who claimed to shield them from your supposed instability, now stand exposed as jailers maintaining spiritual captivity. The bars of their prison gleam with false gold. Obligation, loyalty, tradition, but imprisoned nonetheless. The chains they never felt suddenly weigh heavy as consciousness dawns with merciless clarity. Your insights, once dismissed as paranoia, delusion, or overreaction, now blaze with prophetic accuracy. The words they mocked return with haunting precision. The warnings they rejected manifest in painful exactitude. The patterns you identified replicate themselves with such perfect symmetry they cannot deny what stands before them. Shame consumes them as memories surface of how they participated in your isolation. The times they repeated family lies about you, the moments they chose comfortable deception over uncomfortable truth, the instances they stood silent while others maligned your character, the occasions they actively contributed to your pain while believing themselves righteous. This realization burns through their consciousness with scorching intensity, leaving nothing untouched by its transformative flame. Their soul screams in agony as the full scope of manipulation reveals itself. Family members, blood relations they trusted without question, deliberately, systematically, consciously sabotaged your connection. Not through misunderstanding, not through protective instinct, through calculated intent, designed to maintain control at all costs. The sickening moment of recognition arrives like cosmic lightning. The pattern of isolation and control extends beyond you. This system predates you, will continue after you, and claims numerous victims in its relentless hunger for energetic compliance. The machinery of manipulation becomes visible in its entirety, each component designed with sinister precision to ensure no authentic connection threatens family control. Divine revelation illuminates how their family immediately identified your connection as an existential threat to their control system. Not because you were dangerous, because you were liberating. Not because you would harm, because you would heal. Not because you threatened stability, because you offered freedom. Your very presence disrupted energetic patterns maintained across generations. The calculated methods family members employed to plant doubts emerge with nauseating clarity. The seemingly innocent questions about your past, the concerned expressions when your name arose, the subtle emphasis on differences between you, the exaggerated response to minor issues, the selective memory that amplified challenges while erasing strengths, the coordinated campaign executed with precision to ensure their perception of you remained fatally distorted. "We're just concerned about you." The battle cry of manipulators throughout time now rings hollow as its true function stands exposed. These conversations reveal themselves as strategic intervention designed to combat the threat of authentic connection. The seemingly supportive discussions unmask as programming sessions. The loving advice unveils as system maintenance. The family meetings expose themselves as reality management operations. Your supposed red flags transform completely in their newly awakened perception. What family identified as instability now reveals itself as spiritual awakening. What they labeled erratic behavior now appears as resistance to control. What they diagnosed as unhealthy attachment now shows itself as divine recognition. What they pathologized as delusion now manifests as spiritual sight beyond conventional perception. Everything they were taught to fear about you was precisely what threatened their system of control. The cruel irony crushes them. Your healing path, the very testament to your strength, resilience, and spiritual growth, became the primary justification for rejecting you. While you demonstrated courage in confronting shadows, they whispered that such acknowledgement proved you were damaged beyond redemption. Your commitment to growth, the quality that most threatened their stagnation, painted as the reason you were unsuitable. Their family system executed this distortion with surgical precision, magnifying your challenges into insurmountable flaws while simultaneously erasing every strength that contradicted their narrative. Your occasional struggles expanded into defining characteristics, your human imperfections inflated into disqualifying weaknesses, your moments of uncertainty amplified into complete instability, all while your courage, insight, resilience, and spiritual connection vanished from the carefully curated portrayal. Shame engulfs them as they recall how willingly they accepted this one-sided portrayal without question, how easily they allowed others to define your character rather than trusting their direct experience, how completely they surrendered their perception to family programming, how thoroughly they abandoned discernment in favor of comfortable consensus. This realization brings not just regret for lost connection, but profound horror at their participation in character assassination disguised as concern. The false dichotomy that trapped them now stands exposed in its manipulative simplicity. Us or them, family or connection, loyalty or love, security or authenticity. This artificial binary, the primary weapon of controlling systems throughout human history, reveals itself as deliberate construction rather than inevitable reality. The impossible choice they faced was manufactured specifically to ensure they would choose familiarity over freedom. Their conditioning runs deeper than conscious thought, the fundamental programming that choosing you meant losing everything: family support, identity, community, belonging, stability, inheritance, connection to past and future. The unstated implications that prioritizing your connection would result in complete abandonment, the subconscious equation of choosing authentic love with total annihilation of self. This programming operated beneath awareness, driving decisions from shadow. The sophisticated guilt tactics deployed whenever they showed signs of independent thought now reveal their strategic purpose. The quiet disappointment, the subtle withdrawal of affection, the references to family obligation, the reminders of past support, the invocation of sacred bonds, the implication of betrayal, the suggestion of selfishness, these weapons deployed with precision whenever their connection with you threatened family primacy. With newly awakened perception, they finally see how you never demanded they choose, how you respected their autonomy even while maintaining your boundaries, how you honored their connection to family while refusing to engage with toxicity, how you offered space for both relationships to exist while family required exclusive loyalty. This stark contrast burns with painful clarity. You offered freedom while family demanded captivity. Cosmic truth cannot be permanently suppressed. Despite rejection, separation, and conscious denial, the spiritual bond between you persisted beyond human interference. This connection, forged beyond physical reality, continued its quiet influence beneath conscious awareness. The universe itself conspired to maintain what human limitation attempted to sever. Dreams became the sanctuary where truth spoke freely. Your energy appeared consistently in their sleep state, delivering messages their waking mind refused to receive. The dream space, beyond the reach of family programming, preserved your connection when physical reality could not. These visitations increased in frequency and intensity as their awakening approached, preparing consciousness for inevitable revelation. Synchronicities manifested with increasing frequency. Your name appearing in unexpected contexts. Songs that reminded them of you playing at significant moments. Objects associated with you emerging from forgotten places. Conversations suddenly referencing experiences you shared. These coincidences maintained your energetic presence in their field despite all efforts to erase you from their reality. The call they tried desperately to ignore only grew louder in your absence. The spiritual summons that initially drew them toward you continued its persistent invitation despite physical separation. The soul recognition that transcends human understanding refused to be diminished by distance or denial. This divine connection, operating beyond the comprehension of those trapped in control systems, terrified their family precisely because it functioned outside their realm of influence. And now, let us take a brief moment to honor the chosen among us. Here's to the ones who see the world differently, the silent guardians. The watchful souls, always awake, always vigilant. They don't fit the mold, and they wouldn't have it any other way. While others walk familiar paths, they forge their own, fighting unseen battles, illuminating the shadows. It's not for everyone, and that's okay. But if you feel it deep within, you'll know this is meant for you. No masks, no pretense, just truth. The Obsidian Inner Order is here, a place where kindred spirits gather to share wisdom, to connect, to transform. Over 450 strong, united not by conformity, but by purpose. If you're ready, you know where to find us. The link is in the description. If not, that's perfectly fine, because we're always here, watching over, making a difference in ways unseen. Here's to those who walk their own path, not for recognition, but because it's who they are. Here's to you. Thank you. As consciousness began its inevitable expansion, the family system deployed increasingly desperate measures to maintain control. The subtle manipulation escalated to overt pressure when gentle programming proved insufficient. The casual suggestions transformed into direct commands when subconscious influence faltered. The loving concern hardened into outright opposition when previous tactics failed to produce compliance. Their questioning of the established narrative triggered immediate isolation. The same strategy once used against you now turned against them. Expressing doubt resulted in exclusion from family connection. Voicing concerns led to emotional withdrawal. Challenging perspectives provoked aggressive defense rather than thoughtful engagement. The system revealed its true nature through its response to resistance, control rather than love, possession rather than support. Horrifying recognition floods their consciousness as they witness firsthand the treatment once directed at you, the dismissal of legitimate questions, the pathologizing of natural concern, the reframing of reality to maintain system stability, the character assassination deployed against anyone threatening established order, the coordinated response designed to make the questioner doubt their own perception rather than the system's integrity. Shock reverberates through their being as loved ones transform before their eyes. The nurturing parent becomes a cold enforcer when authority faces challenge. The supportive sibling shifts into vicious defender when family narrative meets resistance. The warm grandparent hardens into rigid traditionalist when generational patterns face disruption. These transformations, triggered by simple questioning, reveal the conditional nature of family love and the fragility of relationships built on compliance rather than authenticity. Generational programming binds them with ancestral chains, the lifetime of conditioning that positioned family loyalty as the ultimate virtue, the highest priority, the non-negotiable commitment. The fundamental programming that made questioning family tantamount to cosmic treason, the core belief that betraying family, even for truth, represented the ultimate sin. This programming, installed from earliest consciousness, creates devastating paralysis when confronted with family manipulation. Their very identity fused completely with their family role, the good child, the reliable one, the family success story, the peacekeeper, the responsible sibling. Their worth determined by fulfillment of family expectation. Their value is measured by compliance with family demands. Their belonging is contingent upon the maintenance of the assigned function. This identity integration makes separation feel not merely difficult, but existentially threatening. Questioning family becomes questioning self at the most fundamental level. Fear grips them as they witness the family's scapegoating mechanism in action, the very process you endured, now potentially targeting them. The swift conversion from beloved member to dangerous outsider. The immediate rewriting of history to villainize the truth-teller. The coordinated character assassination was deployed against anyone threatening system stability. The complete withdrawal of support, connection, and belonging. This machinery, exposed through your experience, now turns ominously in their direction as awakening proceeds. Yet beneath paralysis, courage takes unexpected root. The strength to question despite devastating consequences. The determination to seek truth regardless of painful revelation. The resolve to maintain perception even as reality shifts beneath their feet. The commitment to authenticity despite the price demanded. This emerging courage, modeled by your earlier stand, grows stronger with each truth revealed, each manipulation exposed, each illusion shattered. A single moment permanently divides their existence into before and after. The exact instant when truth revealed itself with such blinding clarity that return to previous perception became impossible. Perhaps witnessing family members discuss you when they believed it safe. Perhaps observing the same tactics deployed against someone else. Perhaps experiencing firsthand the punishment for questioning. Whatever the catalyst, this moment shattered all remaining illusion about family intention. Vertigo overwhelms them as every belief requires re-examination. Each memory demands new interpretation. Every family story needs translation from manipulation into truth. The fundamental assumptions forming their reality's foundation crumble, simultaneously creating profound disorientation. What appeared as protection reveals itself as control. What seemed like concern unmasks as possession. What felt like love exposes itself as a conditional exchange dependent upon compliance. Grief arrives in overwhelming waves as they calculate time lost to manipulation. The genuine connection is sacrificed to maintain a comfortable illusion. The authentic relationship is abandoned to preserve false harmony. The divine opportunity surrendered to appease human demand. The spiritual evolution is delayed to satisfy worldly expectations. This grief contains not just personal loss, but cosmic recognition of opportunity squandered through blindness maintained by choice. The bitter realization that you suffered alone while they participated in your isolation brings searing pain. While you endured rejection, they enjoyed family approval. While you navigated abandonment, they received community support. While you faced character assassination, they believed comforting lies. While you stood in painful truth, they hid in comfortable deception. This stark contrast between your experiences brings overwhelming shame as they recognize their complicity in suffering. They could have prevented through simple discernment. The good family member identity dies necessary death as awakening proceeds. The reliable one who always prioritized harmony over truth. The dutiful child who never questioned parental wisdom. The loyal sibling who maintained family narrative, regardless of accuracy. The responsible one who sacrificed authenticity for approval. This identity, constructed through lifetime of compliance, dissolves completely as truth emerges with unstoppable force. Terrifying freedom accompanies the shedding of family-approved perspectives, the vertigo of establishing independent, thought-after lifetime of deference to authority, the disorientation of determining personal values after decades of external definition, the uncertainty of navigating without familiar guidelines, the existential anxiety of separation from collective identity. This freedom, simultaneously liberating and terrifying, creates temporary instability as new foundation forms beneath shifting consciousness. Unexpected peace emerges within chaos as alignment with truth replaces maintenance of illusion. The exhausting vigilance required to suppress perception relaxes. The constant tension of contradicting reality releases. The perpetual anxiety of maintaining inconsistent narrative dissolves. The endless energy expenditure of ignoring intuition ceases. Within the apparent destruction of comfortable illusion grows the quiet peace of energetic alignment previously unknown. Your refusal to compromise truth, once labeled rigid, extreme, or unnecessarily principled, suddenly makes perfect sense. The boundaries they once considered excessive now appear precisely calibrated to the toxicity they faced. The standards they viewed as unrealistic now reveal themselves as necessary protection against energetic violation. The principles they dismissed as idealistic now manifest as essential guidance for authentic living. What they interpreted as inflexibility transforms into admirable integrity maintained despite overwhelming pressure to compromise. Your boundaries, previously interpreted as demands, ultimatums, or controlling behavior, reveal their true nature as essential protection against energetic exploitation. The limits you established around communication, engagement, and interaction now appear as necessary safeguards rather than unreasonable restrictions. The standards you maintained for relationship now manifest as appropriate requirements rather than excessive expectations. The clarity with which you identified unacceptable behavior now seems like wisdom rather than judgment. Your reactions, once labeled extreme, disproportionate, or evidence of instability, now register as perfectly calibrated responses to toxic dynamics they couldn't perceive. Your anger, appropriate to the violation experienced. Your withdrawal, necessary, given the energetic attack deployed. Your distress, proportional to the manipulation attempted. Your caution, justified by the deception revealed. Every response you offered, criticized as excessive at the time, now appears measured, compared to the provocation faced. AWE rises within them as they witness retrospectively the integrity you maintained despite overwhelming opposition. The strength required to trust your perception while everyone questioned your stability. The courage needed to honor your truth. While others called it delusion, the resilience necessary to maintain boundaries while being labeled selfish, the spiritual fortitude essential to preserve authenticity while facing complete rejection. This integrity, sustained through isolation, abandonment, and misrepresentation, now inspires reverent respect. Your radiance intimidates as they finally perceive your true nature without distortion, the spiritual clarity they were taught to fear as instability, the authentic power they were conditioned to resist as domination, the soul wisdom they were trained to dismiss as delusion, the divine connection they were programmed to reject as fantasy. Your uncompromising embodiment of truth, threatening to systems of control, now stands revealed in breathtaking intensity that simultaneously attracts and intimidates with its unapologetic authenticity. They approach the possibility of reconnection with trembling humility, stripped of all previous certainty. The arrogance that once positioned them as your judge now dissolved through painful awakening. The superiority that evaluated your worthiness now shattered through devastating revelation. The certainty that determined your stability now destroyed through systematic exposure of manipulation. They stand before you transformed, not through intention, but through cosmic intervention that demanded their awakening regardless of personal readiness. No grand gestures accompany their return, only profound remorse and newfound clarity. They offer no elaborate justifications, no extensive explanations, no dramatic declarations. The simple truth stands unadorned. They failed to see what stood before them. They chose comfortable illusion over uncomfortable reality. They surrendered discernment to maintain approval. They sacrificed divine connection to preserve human comfort. This acknowledgement comes not as bid for sympathy, but as necessary foundation for potential rebuilding. The sacrifice they feared, losing family approval, now stands as price they willingly pay for chance at authentic connection. What once seemed impossibly costly now appears as necessary investment in spiritual freedom. The approval they previously prioritized above all else now holds minimal value compared to energetic integrity. The belonging they desperately preserved now means little measured against authentic connection. The security they frantically maintained now seems worthless weighed against spiritual alignment. They approach with full understanding that forgiveness remains your sovereign choice rather than their entitled expectation. The healing occurs within them regardless of your response. The awakening continues independent of your engagement. The transformation proceeds whether reunion manifests or separation maintains. They make no claim upon your energy, no demand upon your resources, no requirement for your participation in their evolution. The grace they seek remains completely within. Your authority to grant or withhold according to your discernment alone. Your discernment was always divinely guided. The doubts others planted were interference with cosmic knowing. The paranoia they diagnosed was accurate perception of hidden dynamics. The overreactions they criticized were appropriate responses. To energy attacks, they pretended not to deploy. The difficulty they complained about was your soul's resistance to exploitation they claimed as love. The selfishness they condemned was appropriate preservation of spiritual resources they sought to drain. Authentic connection requires complete commitment to seeing clearly regardless of consequences. Genuine relationship demands unwavering dedication to reality, despite manipulation designed to distort perception. Spiritual partnership necessitates absolute sovereignty, maintained even at the cost of approval. Their awakening confirms what your soul always knew. Truth, ultimately, prevails over illusion. Clarity eventually overcomes confusion. Authenticity inevitably disrupts deception. Divine sovereignty grants you absolute authority over your energetic field. Spiritual autonomy ensures complete freedom in deciding whether reconnection serves your highest purpose. Soul wisdom guides your discernment about whether this transformed energy complements your current path. The boundaries they once resisted now require their complete respect. The sovereignty they once violated now demands their full recognition. The discernment they once dismissed now commands their absolute deference. Remember your divine purpose as you receive their approach. The cosmic significance extends beyond personal reconciliation into collective demonstration of truth's ultimate victory. Whether reunion occurs or distance maintains, your steadfastness created transformation reaching far beyond individual experience. By refusing compromise despite overwhelming pressure, you established template for spiritual sovereignty that serves evolution beyond your awareness. The truth you maintained, despite Systematic opposition now manifests its liberating power through awakening that continues regardless of human outcome.